Still these little sprinkles. Got a wet rag. Keep it really wet. Then you want to take This is why you use a drop cloth. This floor just put down. I already cleaned that side. Let me clean that up here. I'm 2.5 hours into it, and I got this middle, like from here back to do. But yeah, 2 hours on your knees all day, scrubbing paint sprinkles. Stupid. The guy that did it should be here doing it, not me. You shouldn't, if you do something, if you got a crew and they do something, mess it up, tell them like, hey, you need to fix that. Let them fix it, because that's how they learn not to do it again. That's how I learned how to stop getting, I don't paint without using drops, because I would clean up my mess, and I didn't like sitting there for 2 hours cleaning the sprinkles off of it, because I didn't have time to grab a drop. Now some things is just, if it's old or we're gonna throw it away, you don't need one. But if it's a brand new floor, you want a drop. And if you notice, this is wet, and that part of there is kind of wet. This middle section right here still needs done. I need to do this section back too, but right now I'm just doing this section. I'm bringing it over. Yeah, this stuff here ain't that bad. It was pretty bad on the other side though. Sometimes you can get both eye on. I don't like using 5-1 on this stuff because it scratches it. Here, what is it like? I'll show you real quick. Sometimes you just use your fingernail. Whatever's faster. Because these are latex. These walls are painted with just cheap latex paint, so the sprinkles ain't gonna stick very good. Now, if you use like a little higher grade trim paint and you sprinkle the floor with that, you might have to get something a little stronger. Like, that's what I got this for. This just, what it does, it gets it wet. Like you wipe it with your wet rag, and then the water will activate this, and and then you scrub it off. And they got these too, they're plastic. And you definitely gotta make sure you get the indigo out. Whatever's faster. That's kind of what how I look at it. And sometimes you gotta watch when you do it. Like say you get all kinds of, say you just scrape a big area, like on a hardwood floor or something like that, and you scrape you scrape all the sprinkles off. Because you can get like a 6-inch blade, and it'll take it right off, like no problem. Try to sweep that up, because if you leave it sit there for a minute, it'll actually stick again. That's why you ever wiped up a spot that went back and it was stuck again. It's because the water will actually make it stick again. It's weird how it works, but it does do that sometimes. And if you notice, I'm doing like this section. I'm doing this whole section. I'm bringing it lines because I'm bringing it up to here. Then I'll get this good and wet. And I want it to sit there for a second. So I'm scrubbing it back and forth. I want that water to sit there for a second. And when you get stuff like this, the reason why I like using the water is because it acts like an oil, or you know what I mean, it gives it that, it helps with the friction. Because if you use a wire brush, it will start putting like real shiny black spots down, so you don't want to do it dry. So just use some water, it'll help with all that. If you notice, that's how they're breaking out pretty good. Because you don't want to use a dry wire brush, you don't want to do that. But if you notice in the middle right here, see what that stuff is? I don't know what it is, but I think it's from the ground. usually what I do is I'm rolling it up like that for a reason, because I want to push it towards the end and get it out here on the dry stuff, and then I'll wipe it up, and then I'll flip my rag around so it's trapped in my rag, and then I'll wash it out. That's why I wanted to do that section first, so I can put that back, because we can't put it up yet. See all the sprinkles everywhere? Sometimes you can just get one of these. But what happens is, see how the blade don't get down in there? It'll get everything but the top. Like, it'll come off if it's on top, but if it's like that, you gotta get down in there and get it. Like that's one way you can do it. So with a blade, you can get a 3-inch or a 6-inch or whatever, it depends. But like this actually has like grooves in it, so when you got stuff like this with grooves in it, it's a little harder to get it out. And that's usually what happens is it sits down in the groove. Now you can see them a little better. This is the one I just scraped, just to give you an idea. As I was saying, if you use a scraper works good on hardwood floors. This is tile, so it doesn't work as good on tile. Now, if you got smooth tile, not this grainy stuff like this, then yeah, I would just use a 6-inch blade, like one of my mud knives, and I'd just scrape them off. And then I'd wipe it, scrape them again, and then it'd be done. It'd be half the work if this thing was smooth, it'd be half the work.